Rolling on live from Big Ten Football Media Days at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It is the great Dane Huddle. Alex Strouf, Colin, Russo with you here on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand. Excited to be joined now by maybe the best-dressed man at Media Days today.
Ooh, up there for sure.
He's definitely up there. We're going to have to get into the fit in a second. It is the Badgers running back, third-year guy, Braelon Allen, the pride of Fond du Lac, joins us now. Braelon, how are you, my man? How's the day been?
I'm great. I appreciate the fit shout-out. I also believe I'm probably best dressed here.
You've been looking, haven't you?
I've been looking.
You check out every.
Yes. I know you're going to hate
definitely
this.
some good ones.
There's one other good one. He's also running back in the Big Ten. Blake Corum.
Yeah, he had a nice little jet. We was just chopping it up in the hallway a little bit. He's got a nice little was it
a blue velvet? Yeah, like suede.
Velvet
Yeah,
suede.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
that's a nice one.
So, how much thought goes into the outfit selection, right? Because you've been here before. Like, what goes into the outfit selection for Big Ten Media Days?
Not much.
Look as good as possible.
Yeah, I mean, this was a suit I already had, so I just kind of threw it together. I have a couple different tie options, shirt options, and just kind of went with the basic look.
How about the kicks?
What
are those? Dior's are they called?
Yeah, Dior.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't really want to wear dress shoes, so
good call.
Just kind of whatever match looked good, so I don't get to wear these too often.
There you go. I wear the same pair of Nikes every day, so you did a lot better than me.
He's on to something.
Talk with Braelon Allen. I'm going to ask you the question you've been asked a million times, but obviously the transition period, new offense, all that stuff. I know you said early after Fickle and Longo were brought in, you're excited not to face 8, 9-man boxes anymore, and I'm sure you've been asked a ton about that. But how's the transition been? How's summer camp going? And I imagine being here today, you're ready to get to fall camp next week.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been very good. The coaching staff's done a great job. Strength staff's done a great job of just developing our bodies and getting us ready for camp. So it's different, but it was good for us, and I think we're gonna look really good, going into camp and the season.
You're talking about the coaching staff and how we were talking to Muma just a few minutes ago about this. The strength staff. You have Brady Collins coming in now, so. We did, what was it, the Squat Fest?
Squat Fest, yeah.
I feel like this is right up your alley. I'm just going to take a shot in the dark. But, how did that walk me through that whole experience with the Squat Fest and the lights and the DJs and everything like that? How was that day?
Yeah. Coach Collins is just weird. He just likes to – no, he is. Seriously. He's weird. He says he'll tell you himself. He says every day, we're going to get weird today, boys. And, we don't know what that means. And, you just prepare yourself for anything because it could literally be anything. You never know what he's cooking up. But that day was a little different. You hear about it. You hear about Squat Fest, what they did at Cincy. And you're like, okay, we're going to squat a bunch of weight. Cool. Then you show up, and I'm like, what is going on?
It's like a whole event. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like a nightclub.
Does that even help? Can you even be focused on that? I feel like it does.
I was locked in. I was like, okay, this is turd. There's media in there, everything. I'm like, okay, I gotta show out right now.
Yeah.
But people paint their faces and stuff. Shirts are all ripped up and cut up. I'm like, this is nuts. But it was fun. Every little phase that we have, the end of winter, we did. The end of winter was not fun. That was just a mat drill. Wake up at 4:30, get there. It's basically a Navy SEAL workout. That's not fun.
That's how you ended the winter?
Yes.
Okay.
So
enjoy the spring, fellas. Let's go through a Navy circuit.
Yeah, we did one of those every week, but the last week we did 2. So we did it Wednesday, and then we did it again on Friday. That was our finish.
Does Coach Collins run that one too? So he has a whole circuit in mind for a Navy SEAL workout.
It's so messed up. I'm not kidding. Mat drills are the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
Really?
Yes, by far.
No, and not the fun type of weightlifting.
It's not even lifting. It's on the field. It's
really?
Wrestling mats are out.
Oh, my goodness.
You're pushing sleds, battle rope, all type rope. You're basically, it's one-on-one competition the whole time. You go from station to station. One station's a tire pull. You guys are battling for this tire. Next one's a rope pull. You got team rope pulls. You got all type. We're literally wrestling. There was one where you have to knock each other out the circle on the wrestling mat. It's insane. So we do that all winter. And then the spring one was we had spring ball.
Yeah, the ends of the game, yeah.
Yeah, the end of the first summer phase was Squat Fest. And then yesterday we had our Badger Olympics, which was not as weird as Squat Fest, but it was still pretty weird.
So bring me in on Badger Olympics. What goes on there?
a whole lot of just nonsense, really.
Who are the teams?
Like,
Is it position groups? How do they set up the teams?
You draft.
You draft
the team. My team won.
Oh, really?
Who's on your team?
Were you a captain?
Yeah, I was a captain.
Okay.
It was, so I have the list. I drafted Grover Bortolotti,
Yeah.
Daryl Peterson, Tyler Janzi.
He's pulling out the phone.
Because I got to shout out the.
You got it. You're the winning team. You might as well.
Team, yeah.
Let me see.
That's interesting.
So this is the picture. All right, I'll show you the picture after.
Okay.
So it was Grover, Daryl, Tyler Janzi, Jake Renfro, Dylan Barrett, Aaron Witt, Jack Eschenbach, Zach Zai, and Miles Burkett.
These are big teams.
Big teams, yeah. And there was like 12 stations or whatever, and it's doing all types of different stuff, different type of like relays or whatever. And each team dressed up in a certain way. Like some teams were wearing jerseys.
So what was your theme?
So I'm gonna show you.
I'm curious now.
I'm very excited
curious.
for this.
We were full black compression.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody is out there in tights.
We got yoga
tight
pants
shirts.
going on?
Oh, that's awesome.
It's crazy.
They got the compression up and down. That's great.
Everything compression.
I love that.
And we ended up taking the dub. So it's
Congratulations.
Thank you. I had an overpowered team. It was not even fair.
Really?
I drafted well.
Yeah, everybody does their own. Everybody does their own little.
We had like an
competition.
actual draft, but
like for each competition, like each Olympic competition, does a whole team participate, or is it certain guys?
yeah, the whole
here?
team.
Whole team does.
So yeah, everything's basically timed.
Okay.
So there was a stage like you start on the field. First, we had like these sled pushes. You had to see how many times you could go to midfield and back in a certain amount of time.
Oh, wow.
So they would tally up the yards, and then something else. We had there was trivia stations. Like we had like a Badgers history
Trivia station at the Olympics. I love that.
And then you went to the weight room, and it was like as many curls and tricep extensions that you could do in a certain amount of time. And then we had a deadlift one.
Wow.
A bench one. Like it was madness. But
Good thing I'm not a college football player because I would struggle with these. Braelon Allen with us here on the Great Dane Huddle. I don't even know how to transition out of this, but I do want to ask about the outside noise, right? Obviously, high expectations for the team and the new coaching staff, but also you individually, right? You're renowned as one of the best, if not the best, running back in the country. How do you handle some of that noise you hear from the outside? Is it easy to tune out? Is it easy to just put the phone away for the night and forget about Twitter and X or whatever the hell it's called these days? I mean, how do you handle that?
I would say it's pretty easy for me to tune out because it doesn't mean anything to me. Nobody puts more pressure and expectations on me than myself. Like, there's nobody that has a higher standard for me than me. Like, I always want to be the best, and I expect big things for myself, and I expect big things from whatever team I'm playing on. So. That's pretty easy for me. I don't pay too much mind to it.
Yeah, it's interesting. We were talking earlier with Amon Green, actually, and obviously we work with Melvin Gordon and Monty Ball a lot, and they're all these Badger legends at the running back position. So I wanted to ask you, it seems like that you all really have a relationship with each other, and especially being the guy who's now on the team and the current player, I'm sure they have a ton of advice and experience that they could lend to you, especially at the running back position, which is like surrounded now in the NFL with like what's going on with the running backs right now. So what have these guys been telling you? What are some of the experiences they've shared? Like how have you taken away from those relationships?
Yeah, they've been great for me. Great resources, whether it's football, whether it's off the field, doesn't even matter. They're always there, if I ever need a helping hand or whatever it may be. I mean, I don't even try to reach out that much, especially if it's about football. I kind of just try to
keep it casual with them.
I try to keep it casual, and I also, when it comes to football, I try to kind of find my own way. You know what I mean? I try to go about things the way I go about them rather than somebody else. But a lot of those guys, JT's a super busy guy, so we don't get to talk too much. Melvin now is going to be playing as well. But Melvin, I actually trained with him in Florida over the summer. And he invited me over to his house, and we were just chilling. His mom made me dinner. I was like,
no kidding.
It was awesome for me. Just doing that type of stuff, not really even worrying about football. But yeah, I mean, I use more of the
connections for friendships rather than you don't need the advice. You want to figure it out.
Right. And then I have a great relationship with a lot of NFL running backs too. So I kind of spread it out, who I get my information from. And a guy I really like to talk to a lot is Derrick Henry, obviously kind of being built similar.
Sure.
He's more the guy I'll go to for advice on how to keep, maintain my weight, or, what he's doing for treatment and recovery and things like that. So.
Love it. Well, while we're on the subject of relationships, how about the new quarterback, Tanner Mordecai? Obviously, you've only gotten to know him over the course of the last couple months, but you're here today. And in Indy, I heard you guys went over to St. Elmo's Steakhouse last night, had a nice dinner. How's the relationship building with your new QB1?
It's good. It's very good. He's a great dude. Just I guess what most guys would say for the boys. Just kind of does whatever. It doesn't matter as long as he's around us. And I mean, I don't do too much outside of the facility, so it's kind of we don't hang out much. But I would just say, from what I've gotten to know about him and hang out with him a little bit, he's just a great dude.
Fantastic. Well, we appreciate you skipping your break time to come hang out with us for a little bit, Braelon Allen, Badgers running back. Good luck this season, and thanks so much for the time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We roll on after this. It is the Great Dane Huddle right here on ESPN Madison.